Hello everyone, this is Lincolnus Prime, and today we're taking a look at a figure I was very excited for this year. In fact, probably the most excited for this year. Today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Literally the first day this dropped on pre-order, I immediately hit that pre-order button, and I do not regret that choice a single bit. This is the best retail Ultra Magnus we have ever gotten, at least in my eyes. Now, sure, some people may have, other opinions. Maybe you guys might like the Earthrise or Siege or Combiner Wars versions better. But this is a masterpiece this is literally masterpiece level engineering just within a retail figure. It blows my mind how good this figure is. But anyways, let us get right into this video, and oh my god. So, fun fact, I'm a huge fan of Ultra Magnus. I don't know why, I just am. His design is literally awesome to me. And another fun fact, my favorite incarnation of Optimus Prime is actually Power Master, aka God Jinrai, which is actually pretty funny when you think about the fact that Jinrai is not even Optimus Prime. But the reason I like that design so much is because it's like a combination of Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, and I love Ultra Magnus. He has that, he's a white Optimus Prime with a car carrier trailer that can actually carry like up to 4 vehicles, which this actually can carry. Like, that's the one thing. The one thing that I hated about the Kingdom Ultra Magnus was the fact that it was just a rehash of the Siege figure, and I get that the Siege figure is just like, it's a reference to both G1 and RAD 2001 because of the vehicle mode, but the fact that they just carried that over to the Kingdom was so lazy, and it disappointed me greatly because I was like, man, I just wanted a proper Earth mode Magnus that could turn into a car carrier. Because the fact that you could put cars on top of the Kingdom. No, I don't care. I want something that I can put at least 4 cars into something, and this does that amazingly. And I'm so happy that we finally have a proper G1 style Ultra Magnus that isn't G1, isn't Masterpiece, but is a retail figure, and this meets every expectation I could ever possibly want in an Ultra Magnus toy. But anyways, so moving in on all of the great detail. In fact, actually, one cool thing about this is that the cab can actually detach. So let us take a look first at the cab segment. So this is a very neat looking cab. It is very squat to me, I will say that, but it definitely captures the look of a cab perfectly in my eyes. Now, fun fact about this is actually based on the MP10 mold. The details, so as you can see, in fact, never mind, I don't have my MP10 on me. Great, that's embarrassing. But I'll just put a picture of MP10's vehicle mode to the side right here. As you can see, all the details here, almost exactly the same. Now, of course, it's not proportionately the same, but it is very close. On the side, it is a little different, but there are still some similarities. The gas tanks as well. But you get a lot more detail down here. You get some graded detail. You get some, more panel lining detail. There is a very big gaping hole in the back, but hey, not a huge deal. Sure, the red isn't like my favorite, but I'll take it over an entirely all-white cab because I don't think that would look right. The tires, they do look kind of rubbery to me. Like, they do look like they would be made out of rubber, but no, they are plastic. But they do have silver painted in the hubcaps, which looks really nice. But we just get a lot of really nice, painted detail. One thing that I do wish could be different is that the smokestacks could be painted silver. That's just me. But, I do wish that they were silver, but hey, not a huge deal. Speaking of silver, there is a faint whitish silver painted for the grille and for the headlights, as well as, the side. Oh yeah, the side view mirrors have them as well. I just have to make sure. And this very nice red for the bumper and some silver in there as well. The rest of it is just white, but yeah, it looks really nice, and he does roll as rolling things should. So that is very, very nice. Now, for a quick comparison, here he is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime cab. And, oh, by the way, this is custom, so if you notice that there's a little bit extra paint, then that's why. But yeah, as you'll notice, a lot of differences. I'm just going to say that right there. This is way skinnier than this, and I'm just kind of like looking at the side, you know, lots of differences. But, you know, I think they look pretty good together either way. But yeah, so that, you know, that is something that I do really like. Now, I'm just going to say this now. Earthrise Prime, he was good for its time, but they could do better. Personally, I think we should get a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, and I think it should be Commander Class, and here's why. The reason I believe Studio Series 86 Prime should be Commander Class is simply because of a few things. Number one, the Commander Class, you know, price range is about $100, and what I think could get it to that point, to that price point, is just by including a lot more. So the trailer for Earthrise Prime, which I have right here, as you'll notice, is pretty small. Yeah, I think that we could get a bigger trailer. And I also think that we could get a little bit more engineering for the Optimus Prime, as well as the Energon Axe, the Ion Blaster, Matrix of Leadership, all the stuff that he needs, Roller, of course. And I do believe that it would match the Commander Class price point, because this Ultra Magnus is proof of that. And I do believe what I would love to see is a Optimus Prime figure from Studio Series that actually looks like this cab. Has the same exact mold and everything, just make it transform. I would love that. I think that would be the perfect retail Optimus Prime figure ever. And hopefully Hasbro actually, you know, does that, because I'd love to see a proper G1 Optimus Prime. Earthrise Prime, they could do better, in my opinion, because honestly, this figure, while it's good, it's overrated. I'm not gonna lie, it's very overrated, and it could be better. It could definitely be better in my eyes. But yeah, feel free to hate on me in the comments for saying that, but I stick to my opinions, and I will not take it back. But you know, yeah. Yeah, cab looks very, very nice, but kind of pulling the trailer, actually kind of going over the trailer, move him over here. This is a very nice trailer. I love this so much. You got all the blues, the reds, the whites, everything that you could ever possibly want. Get some Autobot labels on both sides. You also get one at the top, but that's mostly for robot mode. And we just get so much nice molded detail. It looks so good. So good. We get more tires that do have silver painted hubcaps, which is very nice. We do get that on both sides, and yeah, it looks so good. We get you know, the big legs in the back that are very clearly legs. You know, these parts do open up, so you could roll a car up in there. So that is very, very nice. I do like that. We do get the guns on the sides, which is very nice. And yeah, overall, very neat looking trailer in my opinion. And like I said, of course, you know, I'm not going to demonstrate it right here because I don't really have them on me right now, but he can hold 4 vehicles, exactly 4. So that is something that I really do like. But to you know, the way that you could do it as well is you can bring these down and just untab these sections as well, and you can bring these down like so. And yeah, and you could have cars like roll up on there and just like, you know, bring this up like that. It is a bit tight, I will say that. Just tap these back in like so. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, so that is something that is very cool. I am going to pull the cab section back in. Basically, you just have a little thing here, and you know, a whole like slot right here. Just that back down. I should probably do that like this, because yeah, and there you go. And yeah, he looks absolutely amazing just like this. Now, for a quick size comparison, this is not the first Ultra Magnus I have revealed. If you remember, about a few years back, I did review the Transformers Combiner Wars Leader Class Ultra Magnus, and yeah, as you can see, very different. Something funny, these two are actually, and I'll get to that, these two are actually the same height in robot mode. The fact that this is like smaller in vehicle mode is actually pretty interesting. Also, I don't know why, but I think this is heavily yellowing. So I hope that this is just the color it came in, because it looks like it's yellowing a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if you look at the pure white on this and just the white on this, holy crap. But yeah, so you know, there's that comparison. And of course, we have the Earthrise Optimus Prime with his trailer, and just bring this in. There we go, like that. And yeah, so there you have those two together. Move that there. And yeah, so again, I do think a Commander Prime would be great, because we'd have a trailer that could be not as big, but almost as big as this trailer. Because yeah. So I think that these look pretty decent together, but I do think that we could get better. That's just me though. And for the last comparison, here we have him next to the last Commander class figure that I have viewed, the Transformers Legacy Armada Optimus Prime. And of course, you know, this one is a bit smaller than Magnus, but they do meet that Commander class sizing, I guess you could say. And yeah, so there is that. But moving right back into Ultra Magnus himself, he's just amazing. He looks so good. I don't think that we can get any better than this. I think this is the best Ultra Magnus that we could ever possibly get in terms of a retail figure. I don't really see the need for any kind of new Magnus from here on out, unless they want to reissue it. But I just gotta say, this has some of the best feeling quality plastic on a Transformers figure I've held in a very long time. I'm not gonna lie about that. I mean, Armada Prime, you know, he feels good, of course, but Commander class has some of the best plastic to me. I don't think they can possibly beat the quality that is Commander class plastic. It is just that good, because it's so sturdy. Like, it just, you know, I don't want to, you know, hit it too hard, but yeah, it's a very sturdy figure, and I love that so much. But this is, I will say this is a hefty toy. This is a very hefty toy. Like, when I first opened this, the heaviness of this figure surprised me immensely. I was like, holy crap, this thing is heavy. And you know, it shows you how sturdy the plastic is, and I love it. Now, Ultra Magnus does come with some accessories. I'm first going to cover the Blast Effect accessory. Wow, I cannot speak there for a second. We do get some Blast Effect accessories, and these look pretty cool. I mean, these are the basic kinds of, you know, Blast Effect pieces that we usually get for Commander class and some Titan class figures, but, you know, yeah, and you know, the way that you could like mess around with these is, you know, kind of get these over here. These come out like so, and you could take this and just kind of use this, for example, and peg this into that little hole right there. Peg that in, and it fires off. This, in my opinion, is the best this effect has ever looked on a Transformer figure, because I love the way that you can just like peg the missile in, and it looks like it's firing off. I love the way that looks. It looks so cool. Of course, you can do that on both sides, but yeah. And the other two accessories that Magnus comes with are his blasters. Now, he does come with his signature larger blaster, and he comes with a smaller blaster. Now, these can store on vehicle mode. You can peg them in on the sides like so, like that. So you could peg it in that way, or you'd have it, you know, that way, and you could like plug in some blast effect pieces, all that kind of stuff. I can get that on there. There we go. And yeah, also one cool thing is the fact that these pegs for these are a lot longer than they are usually, so they can hold the blast effect pieces a lot better than they used to. So that is something that is very cool. But you know, you can have the guns stored on both sides like so and like so. And you could have Magnus just, you know, he has all of his guns, and he's ready to go. And I love that. I do wish there was like a little bit better storage, but hey, it's not that bad. But yeah, so you have a lot of options here. You know, you could take those off, and there we go. We get 3 of these pointed blast effect pieces, so you can utilize these as well and just peg them in like there. And there you go. That looks pretty cool. Do the same thing, you know, with this one, peg that in, and boom, there you go. But yeah, so you do have lots and lots of options here, and I do so love it very, very much. But yeah, oh wow, that is a bug. That scared the heck out of me anyways, but yeah, so overall, amazing figure. But I feel like I've talked about the vehicle mode as much as I wanted to talk about it. So let us get down to the transformation. And here we have the Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And he looks absolutely perfect. Oh, and there is one thing I forgot to do, and that is add on his shoulder blaster thingy. Source the other one. Oh, there it is. There is that, and there is that, and oh my god, this looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I'm a huge Ultra Magnus fan. This captures just the look perfectly. This is my ideal Ultra Magnus, just in my opinion. But looking in closely at all of the details, there we have the head. he has light piping, which is perfect. I absolutely love light piping. And the eyes, you know, they come in at a very nice shiny blue, which looks great. And it is a visor, so that is also appreciated, but the head is just sculpted to perfection in my opinion. It just looks so good. The antennas did come separately in the box, so make sure you attach those. And the face is painted with that same kind of silver over the white that we did get in the cap, so that looks very nice. Lots of nice detail on the head. Moving down to the chest, we get lots and lots of more Ultra Magnus-y detail. We get the two Mickey Mouse looking button thingies on the abdomen section. I don't think you guys are going to unsee that now that I've mentioned it. We get the the white crotch plate that's always there. We get these side skirts, and we get more details on the thighs, more details on the legs, on the arms. We get the Autobot logo as well. We get some more detail on this side and on that side. Looking at him from the side, he cleans up so well. I just gotta say, like, yes, he's chunky, but he doesn't have a huge backpack. Like, this is accurate. This is 100% accurate. The fact that they were able to accomplish 100% accuracy and make this look even better than the official Masterpiece figure is beyond me. The butt flap isn't like too ungodly annoying like on the Masterpiece figure, and I just love it. They did such a good job with making this figure just look perfect as Ultra Magnus. And but yeah, so just lots and lots of great detail. And on the side we get some more of that same detail we got in vehicle mode, all that great stuff, and I just love it. It looks so good. But another thing that's really cool is the fact that they were able, so Ultra Magnus, he's never actually had like black windows or anything like that, like on the chest. They were always red, like covered red. That is a moth right there. Get out of here. Go. Anyways. Anyway, but yeah, so the chest, yeah, it was always red. And so the fact that they were able to still keep the clear windshield, but just make it red plastic is amazing. Now, if you'll notice that there is a little something on the inside, this is a very cool feature to me. So if we open this up like so, those are spring-loaded, you get the Matrix of Leadership. And not just that, but absolutely amazing internal detail on the chest. Oh my god, that is so good. We get this really nice metallic blue on the inside. We get some silver painted in there as well, and just so much molded detail. It is absolutely perfect. The Matrix of Leadership does come out. It's a bit tricky to kind of remove it. There we go. There's the Matrix of Leadership. It is a little bit more silver than most Matrixes, but it just looks perfect now. Just for a quick comparison, the Matrix of Leadership that does come with the Earthrise Prime is pretty much the same exact Matrix as usual that we always get. So here is the Earthrise Matrix, and here is the Magnus Matrix. So as you can see, same thing. I'm pretty sure these are compatible, so you can like plug that in there as well. So if you have like any other figure that comes with this style Matrix, then they didn't really need to include it with Magnus, but it is a nice inclusion. Personally, I do prefer the look of the Earthrise one over the one that came with Ultra Magnus, but hey, it is not a huge deal. But yeah, so always a very nice inclusion to come with the Matrix Leadership and a Matrix Chamber, and just plug that in there like so, kind of like how he did in the movie. And just close that up, close this up, and there you go. And I just love that inclusion so much. Now, of course, if you really want to, you can get him to hold the Matrix, but it is a bit tricky. Get that out once more. I probably shouldn't put that back in. There we go. So you can, have him hold the Matrix, but yeah, like I said, it's a bit tricky to do so. Because, you gotta do this. You gotta untab these sections here, these panels. You gotta move the arms forward like so, and then you have to like move the shoulders. You have to like do so much without like untransforming it fully. You just like move the arms forward like that, and like come on. One thing that's very nice is that these are very strong ratchet joints, so that is great. Just move those back down. You want to open up the index fingers like so. That's right, I said index fingers. This thing has fully individually articulated fingers. Just take the Matrix and just try to kind of get it in there. which is a bit of a challenge, but it is doable because there are images of him doing it. And there you go. That's the best I'm going to be able to do that without it like falling out of his hands. But yeah, so you could have him hold it, and that's a really, really nice little feature. Of course, it's a huge pain to get it in there, but hey, it's a thing that he can do. And while we're on the topic, let's take a look at the articulation on this guy. So we do get a ball joint at the head, which allows him to look up very far actually, and down also pretty far. We do get some side-to-side motion, and we do get full range of rotation at the head, so that is very nice. The arms are on very, very clicky ratchet joints, so that is always appreciated. The arms can move out like so and in about that much. Swivel at the bicep, which can go all the way around like so. A very nice bend at the elbow, which only goes 90 degrees, but hey, he's a chunky boy, so I get it. And back down like so. And of course, the wrist is articulated, so we do get a swivel at the wrist, which I believe, I think can go all the way around. Yep, it does. And there we go. And the fingers do open up all the way. We get a hinge joint here and a hinge joint here, as well as a hinge joint at the index and middle of the index finger, which funny thing, that's the same. That's actually more articulation in these fingers than we got on the MP10 Optimus Prime, simply because the fact that there's an extra hinge joint in this segment of the fingers, because there was only one hinge joint for Prime's fingers on the MP10 that went down. So this actually has more articulation than like the hand. Like the hand has more articulation than a Masterpiece hand, which I think is absolutely insane. But yeah, so that is a very, very neat little inclusion there, so I do love that. Moving down, we do get a swivel at the waist, which can go all the way around just like so, which is always appreciated. One thing I should mention is that when you're moving the arms back, sometimes it'll have a tendency to do that, but hey, just make sure you're holding it in that area so it's not a huge deal. We do get, this does move forward for an extra kick, but again, doesn't really matter to me, plus it looks weird. So then again, when you move it up, it already does it automatically. The butt flap also moves back to accommodate for a backward kick, which is very nice. And another thing is that the legs are also on ratchet joints, so that is very nice. And speaking of which, we do get the splits, and the side skirts can move out as well, so that is very nice. We get a swivel at the thigh joint, a bend at the knee, which is also ratchet, which looks very nice, and a pretty decent but not so great pivot at the ankle. So articulation on this guy is absolutely outstanding in my humble opinion. Now, another feature that this figure has is quite interesting in my opinion. So, if you look at the inside, you'll notice that there's a red little thing right here, a little latch. And if this looks familiar to you, this is similar to the Combiner Wars port. Now, granted, it is not actually compatible with Combiner Wars because of the fact that it's a little too small, and it also is a little, it's not the right connection area, I was trying to say. But so you can you could come on, one sec. Yeah.
Childhood PTSD.
Of course, like I showed earlier, Ultra Magnus does come with some accessories that he can hold. He can hold his main weapon that we see pretty much all the time like that, and he can hold the other one in the other hand. And there you go. And you have options. He holds them. What's new? Anyways, another cool thing you can do around him. Turn him around to the back. There is a little peg right here and a slot right here, and you could just peg it in there like so. soup. Come on, there we go. Peg that in there. Also, I would recommend being careful with these because they are clear plastic. And just peg that in there like that. And you have weapon storage. Yippee! I love weapon storage, especially like this is fine. I like this kind of weapon storage because at least it looks somewhat natural. I mean, yeah, he does have a giant gun attached to his butt, but hey, you get what you get. And but yeah, so that is a cool little feature in my opinion. For a quick size comparison, here we have the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus next to the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. As you can see, actually Combiner Wars Magnus is a bit taller than the Commander Magnus, and I do think that's a bit interesting, but this guy is definitely a lot more chunkier than this guy, so yeah, there's that. Here we have him next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime and the Legacy Armada Commander Class Optimus Prime, who absolutely towers over Ultra Magnus. And overall, my final comments on this figure is that I highly recommend getting this figure. It is the perfect G1 Ultra Magnus at a retail price by far. If you like don't have the Masterpiece figure, or if you like missed out on that and you just want something that isn't like, you know, G1, like the the actual G1 toy, of course, and you don't want the, I mean, the Combiner Wars is good in my opinion, but if you don't want like that Siege or Earthrise garbage, then get this. This is the peak of like Ultra Magnus figures by far, just in my opinion. Now when it comes to the price, yeah, I spent about $100 on this figure. To be exact, $97.50 something. I don't know, $97. But still, that's like $3 away from $100. So yeah, I practically spent $100 on this toy from Hasbro Pulse. I did not get scammed. That is the price that I spent for this. Is it worth it though? Yes it is, because the fact that the engineering, the build, the quality of this figure, it all feels entirely worth the price, at least to me. And I think that, yes, while he's expensive, he's worth it. He is definitely worth it, and I highly recommend you guys go pick one up for yourself because he is just that good. If you're a fan of Ultra Magnus, this is the one that you want to get because there is nothing that I think can properly compete with this. This absolutely stomps on all the past Ultra Magnus releases that we've gotten except for MP22. This guy is just near perfection, and if not, then actual perfection. Great articulation, great amount of accessories. You get the Matrix of Leadership, which the MP22 didn't. It was just Matrix compatible with the MP10's Matrix. You get a really fun transformation. You get lots of detail, nice paint apps. You get everything that you ever want in an Ultra Magnus, and I think that this matches everything perfectly in my opinion. But yeah, so with all that said, I highly recommend this figure. Definitely pick it up. But anyways, guys, that is about it for this review. I hope you'll enjoy. Please like, comment, go. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.